Hello and welcome. We are here to install an SD501. This is a demonstration to show you how that's done. And it's a new install. We just got it out of the box. Here it is. There's the beautiful machine sitting ready and waiting. What you're going to need is you're going to need some plumber's tape. This goes on the installation pieces, and I'll show you later. And you'll likely need a wrench. Hopefully, if the attachment is a normal attachment, you'll be okay. But you may also require a sort of a kit of other attachments. This can be purchased, and you'll figure this out. This can be purchased at the hardware store for less than $30. You get the whole thing together. That'll help you install other machines if you're doing that. We have in our package, we've got the aerator and switching unit, which allows you to switch to ionized water. This piece, I'll show you, you'll see in a minute, allows you to run the acidic water out of the machine. You have several attachments that come with the machine that you won't need for this particular installation. We have a cleaning solution and a filter. The instructions for that are in the maintenance manuals and CDs which come with the machine. Definitely look and read through this stuff. It tells you how to use your machine. And also you're going to receive a warranty paper which has a serial number, the warranty terms, all of that stuff. So make sure you keep this and hold on to this for your safekeeping. You have some testing solution. This is for pH, I believe, to test the pH. And then it comes with one bottle of electrolysis fluid, which we've already installed. So I'm going to show you now how to take this and install the machine. Basically, you set the machine up, remove all of the pipes and hoses, including, as you'll see here, everything was plugged during manufacturing and shipping so that none of the fluid or any of the dirt got inside the tubes. So you want to remove the little blue piece and also the red pieces from the two tubes that come out of the back. They're pretty simple to do, and I would recommend that you hold on to these, keep these for later use in case you do want to transport your machine. Now what we need to do first is connect this is the acidic runoff. It looks like a leaf, and you can see here that there's a little nozzle or nub on one end. That nub is going to go on one of these two machines. Now if you look, they're labeled. This here says strong acid. This is where the strong acid comes out, right? So what happens is the water comes through the tap, through this switcher, into the machine, and then you get alkaline water out of here, the Kangen water, and you get strong acid water out of here. So in order to hook this up, it's very straightforward. Take it out of the bag and push it in. Don't be afraid of ruining it. There you go. So you've got the acid attached. This piece here swivels, this here swivels, so you can place it wherever you'd like. I'll show you what I usually do with it to make it the most convenient in a minute. The next piece, a little bit more complicated, but nothing that you can't handle, is the tap water. This is the water that comes in from the tap into the machine, and to make that happen, you need to take this piece, which is the switcher. It's very unique. You'll notice it right away. Here on one side, you've got the intake valve. So we unscrew this piece, all right? We take this piece and we put it on the pipe, or on the hose. And you'll see why in a minute. So we put it on the hose, and then you take the hose and you jam it in here as far as it'll go until it hits the stops. You see that I put it right to the stops. And then you move the plastic piece and you tighten it, and that creates a seal which prevents any of the water from escaping when you turn the water on. Tighten that, hand tighten it, should be fine. And now what you need to do is you need to attach this device to the tap itself. First steps, remove this plastic piece, just unscrews, like this. Put this down for now, and now turn your attention to the tap. So you'll see the tap here. Every tap is different. Some will be easy, other ones will be slightly more complex. As you get better at this, you'll understand and you'll realize which tools you need to fix each individual tap. This one happens to be quite simple. You see in the middle here of the tap, there's an aerator. This is called an aerator. You're going to need your wrench. Usually there's little grooves that allow you to attach your wrench, size it, and then unscrew the aerator. Okay, there we go. It should be quite simple. Be careful when you're undoing this because there are pieces inside. There's a little washer in here typically, and there's also a spring. You want to make sure that you put those on the side, put them in a Ziploc bag, and store all of this stuff aside. I can't tell you how many times we've installed machines and people lose their little aerator and have to go buy a new one. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So now, in order to install this machine, what we're going to do is we're going to take this white piece. The white piece goes inside like this and screws in, right? Just to show you how this works. And then this piece goes on top like that. And this piece here screws onto the white piece. Okay? Now I'm going to actually show you how to do this. When you're working with plumbing and threads like this, unless there's a washer in the back, you will always need to use plumber's tape. So go buy a thing of plumber's tape. It'll cost you $2 at Home Depot or anywhere else, or $1. And what you do is you basically take the plumber's tape, take the threads that you're going to be threading in, and you wrap the plumber's tape around. Make sure it's flat, and you wrap it around twice, like this. And then you break it off. What that does is it creates a better seal so that the water can't escape. Now here, so we've got our little piece, we take it, we put it inside, and we hand tighten it. That's all you need. Make sure that it's, because they're plastic pieces, make sure that it's threaded right before you really put any effort into it. Otherwise you run the risk of stripping it and having to order a new one from an Magic, which is a pain in the butt. What you do then is you take this piece, put it on top. You take this piece, the black one, it comes with a white one and a black one. I always use the black one. For some reason, the plastic compound is a lot harder, which means that if you're doing a lot of installations, taking it on and off, the threads are a lot harder to destroy. So I use this black one. It just seems to work much better. You take it and you simply screw it onto that piece that we just installed, hand tighten it, crank it up, and you see now we've got a piece here that will not come off, right? Well, that is where you attach your switching unit. Now you'll see on the switching unit, when you take it in your hand, that it has a big rubber portion, right? That rubber portion basically creates a seal with the black piece that we just installed. So push it in like this, take your machine, place your machine where it's going to live, right beside your sink. I recommend that you look in the back, down in the back, and make sure that the hoses that are coming out are not kinked or bent in any way, so you have a free flow of fluids coming out of the machine. Put the pipes where you want. So you'll see here, I'm going to put the acid pipe on the far side and just suction cup it to the back so that the acid just runs down, because whenever you're making water, there's automatically alkaline and acid flow coming through the machine. So the acid needs to go down somewhere into the sink, otherwise you're going to have water all over the floor when you use the machine. This piece, the important piece here, we run around the sink, okay? You see the piece that we just installed? You mate that black piece up with the rubber on the bottom, and you simply hand tighten it, just like that. It's that simple. Hand tighten it, and you have a Kangen water machine installed. Nothing works without power, unfortunately, so you're going to have to plug it in. Make sure that you're in a place where you can plug the machine in, and then move it over to wherever you need it, right? Place your hoses. You can tidy this up after. And what we're going to do is now we're going to fill up the electrolysis chamber so that you can make the 2.5 and the 11.5 water. It comes with an electrolysis bottle of electrolysis enhancer. You can see it right there, right? So what you do is you have to take this electrolysis chamber that comes in the machine when you get it. You pop the top off. There's a little top with a little O-ring in there. And you take this electrolysis enhancer fluid and you pour it right in the top until it's full. There's enough capacity here for one of these bottles. So wait till it's empty and then refill. It just uses one bottle. Make sure you don't forget to put the top back on, because if you don't, it doesn't have enough suction power to get the fluid into the machine. I've made that mistake once or twice. Take it like this, push it into the machine until you hear it click. Set this little thing to lock, the little lever to lock, vertical up and down, and then replace the cover on the side, just like that. Replace the cover on the side. One other thing you want to check before you turn the machine on, pop this side off. Look at the filter. Make sure that the filter is in the install position and is in there solid. It looks like it's in there solid. Turn the machine on. Hit power.
Powering on.
Powering on.
Water. 8.5.
It's talking to us, so it says it's on 8.5. Now hit the reset switch.
The filter has been reset.
And that resets it for the 1,500 gallons that we need, because it's a brand new machine. We want to make sure that it's been reset, that there's no computer glitches. Install this again, and you are ready to produce Kangen water. So now what we have to do is we have to test and make sure that the water is working. You'll see here with this, the tap fixture, that you have 3 positions, right? Let's start the water first of all. Usually when you have these ones, that comes out and goes all over the place. All you have to do is switch it, and you'll see that we have a nice stream of water. Never run hot water through the Kangen water machine. Be very careful of that. It has a protection mechanism, but be conscious of not running hot water. But you can see here, we installed with that plumber's tape, everything here is correct, so there's no leakage. This is the tap function. We can get a shower function as well, and you can still use this as you would normally use your sprayer. But when we bring it over to the Kangen side, the machine tells us that it's making Kangen water. And let's see. Oh, we have our first Kangen water. Yay! Kangen water is coming out of the machine. Over here, if you look at the machine, you'll see that the 7 different types of water are indicated on the side. We're currently making 8.5. When you switch to the next one, you'll see it blinks for a few seconds. Tells you what water is being made, and when it's making this, you don't use that water until it stops blinking, because that tells you that it's configuring itself. If you're making a non-drinking water, such as the beauty water, you'll hear that the machine makes a beeping noise. Okay, so it's important to notice that and not drink the water. If you're going to make strong acid water, all the alkaline drinking waters come out of this spout. The acid waters come out of this spout. When you're making strong acid water, and then you stop and want to go back to having drinking water, so say we'll switch from there to Kangen, you'll notice that the sound stops is still going because it's not drinkable at this point. It goes automatically through a 30-second cleaning cycle to cleanse the electrolysis fluid out of the drinking chamber, so that you're not drinking that electrolysis fluid. It's an automatic feature of the SD501 to keep your drinking water clean. In 30 seconds, the blinking will stop, the noise will stop, and you'll have pure Kangen drinking water. In order to get the most powerful water, make sure that you're running the water slowly over the plates. It has more time for the electrolysis to work. So the best is to have it so that the water is swirling slightly. You'll be able to tell when it's kind of like blub, 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 dribbling out, not a big powerful stream. That's when you have the most powerful electrolysis effect happening. That's all we have for you today. That's an installation of the SD501 Platinum. If you have any questions, please do more research online or call Enagic. For special installations, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do. You just need to go to Kohl's Hardware or Home Depot and find some adapters for yourself. Thank you.